Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Bobby?
I am doing fine. It is nice to hear someone. It's nice to hear that you're excited to hear my voice.
Yeah.
That made me
Looking
feel
forward.
so good. For real, it made me feel real good.
Oh, good.
No doubt. So, how is your weekend, darling?
It's good. It's going good. It's a nice, chill, low-key week.
Oh, no doubt. Did you have any shoots, any work this week? Because I see you a busy woman.
Yeah, yeah. I like to stay busy. Work is good. But no shoots this week. I actually took this week off. I was feeling a little under the weather, so I'm kind of just resting up and catching up on
Okay.
online work.
Okay. So your PR agent sent me the info and everything, and what I found so curious is that you was a ballet dancer.
I was for like 20 years.
Oh my God, 20 years. Oh God, do tell.
For
Tell
a
us about
long
it.
time.
So tell us about it, being a ballet dancer.
Well, I started when I was like 4 years old, and I used to take classes Monday through Friday, sometimes Monday through Sunday.
Yeah.
I did all the competitions and conventions, and um, it was fun. It was fun. I loved it. I feel like I haven't done it in a few years, but it kind of always
Mm-hmm.
sticks with you. So,
Mm-hmm.
one day I'll probably start taking classes again, see how that goes now, a few years
All right.
later.
Good. Now, and you probably still got it. That's the funny part too. Because it's kind of like rap music or dancing. You never really lose it. Really, to be
Exactly.
honest with you, and everything. And I was like, gosh, she's a ballet dancer. Oh my gosh, she's just so refined.
Thank
Hey,
you.
yeah, so most definitely. So let me do my particulars and we can get this interview on the road, Miss Lady.
All right.
No doubt. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor. I'm talking about the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app onto your phone or go to anchor.fm and set up a profile today. You can start podcasting today. You can monetize your stuff today and make money and be distributed today to all the top platforms, and it's for free. That's right, free. Now that is something for you to smoke over. Me, I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the porn rap star. Y'all know what it is. If you have heard this before, if it's your first time, let me tell you. You can find me, my porn, my music, as well as my social media links, all with one link. All you got to do is go to allmylinks.com/porn rap star and find me everywhere in one spot. Also, we are sponsored by the Facebook of the LS community. I'm talking about lsworld.com. Go to today, get yourself a profile, mingle with kink-minded people like yourself, and even find events in your area you might could attend to start your journey into the lifestyle. And we are a proud, very proud of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. I'm talking about multiple podcasts giving you multiple visions of the Black experience. Plus, while you're there, you can get some shopping done. That's right. I'm talking about over 500 Black retailers and sellers that you can buy from. I'm talking about beauty, health, fashion, shoot, jewelry, you name it. Hey, for people because we got this mask mandate coming back, you can get some fashionable masks and look sexy. So all you got to do is go to shopgwdistrict.com, buy black, support black businesses, build the black economy so we can create generational wealth. Now I'm about to shut up and let this sexy and I dare say, I smell future legend introduce herself.
Hello. Hi there. This is Avery Jane. Thank you so much for that intro.
Yes, because to me, you remind me of Skin Diamond.
Yeah,
That's
I
who
get
you
it a
remind me of.
lot.
And you get down scenes, baby girl. I was like, I saw one, it take anal like a champ.
Oh yeah.
Um, so you started as a exotic dancer. How did you get into the field of exotic?
Um, I don't know. I mean, I've kind of always been around the adult industry. I used to work in several different sex shops, like
Mm-hmm.
selling vibrators and stuff. And then,
Mm-hmm.
from there you kind of meet people. And then I met people, met girls that worked at the club. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a dance background. So I was like, oh, this will be easy peasy. Like, let me see if I can use that and go get a job at a strip club. And so, that
Okay.
did pay off. And I started
Mm-hmm.
working at a club on a Hollywood Boulevard here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And did a few years of stripping and eventually I, was working with a girl who was in porn. So I became
Mm-hmm.
her friend and started doing porn.
Ooh,
So it kind of
okay.
just ripple effect. One thing finds the other.
Okay, most definitely. So so how did she get you into porn? Would you start working with a major company, or did you start filming for yourself?
I started filming for myself. It's kind of the new wave of content creation, and you can kind of,
Mm-hmm.
become your own porn star. So I just started making my own stuff, meeting different people, making new friends to collab with, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just hustled and grind.
Okay, most definitely. So with your, like I tell people, I talk about the unsexy stuff when it comes to porn. That's just me. You feel me? Because it's stuff that no one wants to talk about.
Yeah.
So when you did your first shoot to get your
Mhm.
one, who was your male talent, and was it someone that you had fucked previously? How did you shape the picture of how you began shooting your own content?
So my very first scene ever was with a performer named Dylan Cox.
Okay.
Um, he is a black male talent. It was
Mm.
shot by a studio that I used to work with. I used to work with like an independent owned studio. And we would collab a lot
Oh,
on stuff.
so basically, you were shooting at a high level walking in the door.
Sort of, yes. I was shooting with not mainstream companies, but I was shooting
Mm.
with people who, have already kind of started on the content game and kind of were getting
Okay.
it together and like knew how to do it on a
Mm-hmm.
slightly more professional level. So I got a leg
Mm-hmm.
up. I definitely started working with people who've had experience in the industry already.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan is an established male talent once I worked with him. And my
Mm-hmm.
very first scene with him was an anal scene. So I came like busting out the door, like, this is me, bitches. And so I did that. And that was in November of 2019, I guess. It's been a year
Okay.
and almost 2 years.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 'cause I'm sitting here looking at one of your trailers where you was outdoors. Just the visual alone is hot.
Yeah.
And some of your trailers with anal. Um, because a lot of people don't realize the prep that you ladies have to do for anal. That it's
Oh yeah.
just you just don't walk on set, get fucked in your ass. Speak to the prep that you have to do for your anal scenes.
So prep for anal, it depends on the person, but it could take anywhere from like 15-20 minutes on a very, very good day to like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I usually like to give myself an hour before shoots just to kind of get that ready. But yeah, you gotta clean out and I know some people diet, some people like won't eat the day of or the day before or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Um, I don't do all that. I eat when I eat. Usually
Mm-hmm.
I'll eat right before an anal scene because I know it'll take my body a few hours to digest it. So once I eat, I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty good to go. Uh, you know. So yeah, it's a lot of prep. And then I know some people like stretch out with toys and stuff. I don't usually. I
Mm-hmm.
usually just kind of go for it.
Mm-hmm.
My
So so
my
so you normally do anal in your sex life anyway, and you
yeah.
enjoy it obviously because I can tell when he gets in the ass, it's just the extra excitement in your face.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I prefer it.
Mm-hmm. See, this is why I hate that I'm retired, ladies and gentlemen. Women like her. But go ahead.
Honestly, I'm just trying to inspire like a new generation of butt sluts.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because I can see and say that you're definitely working on becoming the anal queen. Um, because it's not just the fact that you take it well, and you perform very well with anal sex. Not every
Yeah,
girl can make it look good on camera, and you do that. Period. So I just want to give you that compliment.
thank
So
you.
when you were doing your content trade, you were doing it with a studio. How did that prepare you for doing major shoots?
Um, it kind of, it helped having like a camera person to help direct, having a director kind of like, instruct the guys on how to open
Mm-hmm.
up, how to actually perform. Letting me know. It's always nice working with directors who can kind of tell you like, oh, you're doing something that
Mm-hmm.
looks good, or you need to change
Mm-hmm.
something, or
Mm-hmm.
um but it kind of helped prepare a little bit. But I know on sets, like sets are bigger usually, like there's
Yeah.
one or two more people. You got like a crew, makeup artists, this and that, so you got a lot more
Mm-hmm.
people to deal with. But
Yeah. So when you did your first major shoot, who was the company? Who is your talent? And paint the picture of your first major shoot.
I'm trying to think. I guess like the first studio that I've ever like officially shot for was Evolved Fights, or Evolved Fights, mixed wrestling. I don't know if you've heard
Okay.
of the mixed
Yeah.
wrestling, the sex
Yeah, I heard of
wrestling.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Pin
that
you
was
did
the
not
one.
fuck you. Pin you did not fuck you. Yes, yes, I know about that.
Exactly. I had a buddy of mine, his name's Cody Carter. He hit
Mm-hmm.
me up and said, hey, the girl I'm supposed to be shooting with, we're here in Vegas. She no call, no showed. She completely disappeared. Like her social media is gone and everything. She just ghosted.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, can you please fill in? Because I'd like to, make my paycheck. So I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, like I'm 15 minutes away, I'll show up. So I showed up and it ended up being like the most fun shoot I've ever done. Because apparently I just really like to wrestle and like get rough and aggressive
Mm.
before sex. So it was a kink that I got to discover then. And
Mm-hmm.
that was super, super fun. So that was the first studio I ever shot for, was Evolve Fight.
Okay, okay. So when it comes to being on set, and now we about to get unsexy. We about to get real. Okay. Boundaries. How did the conversation come up, and how important is it for ladies in this industry, especially when on the level that you are, to express your boundaries to your male counterparts?
Boundaries are, super important. I think it starts from the very initial conversation of, we want to work together.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type of content that I'm interested in producing. This I will be on a test. Here's my test that I can provide you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's pretty good to start with your boundaries of, you have to be on a test. I accept a 14-day test or a 30-day test. Here's
Mm-hmm.
my blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Also I think it's important to kind of check out the person's content that you're trying to work with,
Mm-hmm.
because there are people who make hardcore, really rough content. And then if you're a person who's not into that, like, you probably don't want to work with the person who, that's their whole bread and butter, is like
Mm-hmm.
hardcore, uh, rough sex.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, another boundary there, is kind of scope out what kind of content you're trying to make and with whom you're trying to make it. And then, during once I meet up with people for shoots, whether it be for content trade or for a paid shoot, I
Mm-hmm.
always have the conversation with my male talent or whoever I'm working with
Mm-hmm.
beforehand. This is okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is what I want, this is what I don't want. Here are all the things you can do. Here are the things I would like you to do. Here are the fuck yeses and here are the fuck nos. And then I ask them, okay, your turn. You tell me all
Mm-hmm.
yours. Yeses, nos,
Mm-hmm.
what you want me to do, what gets you off, what you don't want me to do. I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of studios are starting to implement a checklist too, where we go through it all
Mm-hmm.
together. All the
Mm-hmm.
performers and the director, we go through, here's a checklist, here's what this person's okay with, here's what this person is not okay with, just to kind of make sure everyone's on the same page. Everyone, understands the safe words,
Mm-hmm.
the what, how to stop a scene, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing I want you to speak to is that, like I said, I've been in the business 15 years because it was funny. Your PR was like, I never heard of you. I was like, no, you're never gonna hear me. You never gonna hear me. I'm independent. I never went Hollywood. I thought about it, but I said no because I saw how the set was. That was too much for me. But
Yeah.
speak to, because everyone don't realize a Hollywood porn set, the difficulties of being on that set, the scenes, the what's the word I'm trying to look for, from how many people be on set to how long it takes the scene to be shot, everything that had to be done from the photo set to the skills to everything else. And not every day is a smooth selling day. Speak to that.
Well, yeah, it gets a little rougher. I won't say rougher, but it's a little less in your control whenever it is like a paid shoot for a studio.
Mm-hmm.
Usually if it's like a full day shoot, the girl will get there a few hours before the guy because we have to get there for hair and makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll usually get there like 10, 11 in the morning or whatever. You got to do your hair, your makeup. You got to figure out your outfit. And then there's usually like the pretty girl section where you take your pretty girl photos. So, they do they pose you and get you in pictures and your lingerie and this and that.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually, like around that time is usually when the men will get there, whoever the male talent is for the shoot. And then,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of have to work out what are we doing for the scene? You have to, get your paperwork out the way,
Mm-hmm.
show your IDs and this and that. So you have the actual paperwork business aspect of it to fill out all that. You got to get your sex stills in. So then you got to, get in some, you have to get in some interesting positions and you're holding positions and
Yes.
it's not all just fun, let's get to fucking. It's okay, now I gotta hold myself up and he's lifting me up and we gotta get the dick
Yeah.
just right so it's sticking out just a little bit.
Yeah, because people don't realize we have to, speaking as a male talent, we have to take into account positioning. So one, so people can understand, they can see the dick going in the pussy.
Exactly.
When you watch the amateur videos, yeah, they're gonna pound all fucking day because they're amateurs. Real male
Exactly.
talents, we slow the pace down because the camera wants to see how much of the dick she's really taking. Period.
Exactly. You got to see
So
all of it. They have to paint a picture with it and get the exact images they need. And it's not just, free flow. Let's
mhm,
fuck.
yeah. And then two, do well, I know this was back in the day. I don't know if it's changed any. How do they on major set handle a guy coming fast? Because before you answer that, I noticed that a lot of male talents get shamed for that, which I think is
Is it
wrong.
same for
Because
coming too fast or not being able to
yeah,
come on time?
well, actually coming too fast. Yeah, ain't come on time. You deserve to get your ass cussed out for that shit. Cause you fucking up money. We talking about coming too fast.
Right. Um, I haven't experienced that too much. I haven't like come across any guy who like, comes way faster than he's supposed to. But
Mm-hmm.
usually like if it feels like that might happen, we kind of just slow it down a little bit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop off and then like suck his dick and like play to the camera and
Yeah.
just kind of like kill time so he can kind of cool down a second.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can tell a guy might be coming too soon, I'm not gonna like, ride him and make him come right there. And I'll
Uh-huh.
take it easy on it. I'll
Yeah.
try to extend the scene out a little bit longer.
Yeah. But even with on the amateur section, like even when I did come fast, I just ended the scene. Then we came back, took a break, and came back and just shot longer to get length and put it at the end. But I know they don't necessarily do that on the professional side as much.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends. Like I said, I haven't come across anyone like who's come too fast. Thankfully, that's a good thing. I'm like, good job, guys.
I'm pretty sure with you, they have to use a lot of concentration, darling. A lot of concentration from watching your videos, especially the anal, because anal make a dude come fast.
Oh
honestly.
yeah, it's very stimulating. It's very stimulating to see.
Most definitely. So, with that, how has working on a professional porn scene shaped how you work on your own set?
Um, it definitely kind of puts me more in like it put me more in like a business mind. So now whenever I shoot content, I'm very adamant about paperwork first. Let's get the boring stuff out the way first. That way we can enjoy and have fun after. I'm
Hmm.
more organized now because we have to be. All the websites are cracking down now. So, I'm very organized with my paperwork.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been getting crazy. All the sites are getting crazy with their rules and stuff. So, um,
which is which is funny 'cause I just recorded an episode which I'm dropping Monday discussing OnlyFans, which is funny.
yeah.
Yeah, and we got deep even to the reason of why OnlyFans doing what they're doing, but that's not for here. So
Yeah.
this is all about Miss Avery Jane.
Yeah.
So with that being said, in your own, business, okay, guys always come to me, ask about how to get the business, how to approach females. How should dudes step to females if they want to do content trade? What do they need to bring to the table? What cachet they need to bring to the table for you to say, yeah, I'll do content trade with you, sir?
For that, I need to see, first I need to see that like you're actually legitimate, that you have content posted, that you're active and selling content on different sites. That you're not just a guy who's, just looking for free pussy and said, "Hey, look at my OnlyFans," and you have, one selfie posted and no videos of your work whatsoever. I probably won't work with you. I look
Hmm.
for like at this point, I look for guys who know how to open up, who know how to make it look good on camera with good angles, while still in a content trade setting. I'm
Hmm.
looking for people who are creative and who have their own ideas.
Hmm.
Because people will hit me up and be like, "Oh my God, your content's so amazing and so interesting. I think we can make some great content together." And I'll be like, "Okay, what do you have in mind?" And they'll be like, "Nothing. What do you have in mind?" And I'm like, "I don't have anything in mind. You came to me. Like, what's your
Oh
idea?" Like,
my God.
so,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
just,
you are a smorgasbord of variety because you're very versatile. I can when I was working, if I was able to work with you, if I had the pleasure to work with you, I would have you doing role play. We definitely would have done some BDSM shit. Um, but to me, I think that what makes you so enticing and hot, and what makes you stick out is that you are that versatile. That you do different type scenes. Well, you can give me the role play, you can give me the BDSM. How important is it for you to be able to be that versatile in this business?
For me, it's kind of everything, just because, to me, it's the more you can do, the more you can add to your performance, the more open-minded you are, the more jobs you get, the more opportunities you have, the wider your range of performers to work with is.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of my thing is in real life, I'm a big slut and I like having sexual experiences with everybody. So, I hope my content reflects that where I'm like, look,
Mm-hmm.
I fuck people of all genders and sexualities and I can do cute soft core girl on girl, but I can also do like a 7 guy gangbang and for me I just want to make
Mm-hmm.
content that everyone can enjoy and that everybody can find something in. So it's why I have
Mm-hmm.
like a wide range fan base too. My fan base is
Mm-hmm.
is all people of all different ethnicities, different genders, different sexual
Mm-hmm.
orientations. I'll have gay fans. I'll have like gay man fans who are just like, yeah, we love your content. Like it's good shit. And there's something about your content that's appealing. And I'm like, oh, that's so
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like, so
Well, you know why you
yeah, to
got gay
me,
fans. You know you got gay men. You know why gay men like you, right?
because I
You-
take it in the ass like a gay power bottom.
because they sit. Because let me tell you what they say. She's a bad bitch. I like her. I like the way she just takes that in the act, honey. Yes. They'll be saying, yes, I like her. Yeah. It to me, I think that's one of the things that really like sticks out for you is the fact that you can take it in the ass and can give them any position anal. Not a lot of girls can do that in this business.
Right.
You
I
know,
can do
period.
it
You can
any
give
which
me
way.
yes, yes, you can, baby. About you. So be it that you have a background BDSM, because I take it that you a submissive, correct?
No, I'm a switch.
Okay then, okay then, okay then. But which more of it is you? Because we always have
Um,
more of it.
I don't know. To me, I'm pretty middle ground. I don't really
Okay.
identify like heavily leaning towards either end. I won't
Mm-hmm.
say that I'm like more dominant, but I won't say that I'm more submissive. I'm very much like in the middle. My favorite power dynamics with people is when we just get to switch with each other. When I can, have a partner who can dominate me, but who I also
Mm-hmm.
can like be bossy with and dominate them. I really like the like back and forth energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. See, I'm more dumb. And I could be a switch, but you gotta be a bad chick to get me to switch.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You know, period. But like I said, that BDSM is a conversation for another day. But I will say this much. A lot of people, there's a lot of misconceptions of BDSM out there.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't get the roots and the realness of it. Do you think it's because they gloss over it? Like put it this way: if you think people look more on the sex side than the mental,
Yeah,
and
I
you
mean,
think that's a problem?
I think a lot of people just don't understand it. A lot of people just equate it to sexual deviancy and they don't quite understand it and they don't care to understand or dive into the psychological aspect of it. So I think that's why
Mm-hmm.
everyone just thinks, oh, BDSM, it's just chains and whips and sex, but it's like, it's a
No,
lot more.
it's so people can understand it's power exchange. See, the greatest
Exactly.
honor is when someone submits to you. That's the greatest gift anyone can give you, and the great honor when it's someone submits to you and say, "Yo, I'm, I submit to you." You know, period. So it's crazy because when I see a lot of people claim to be doms, claim to be subs, and they're nowhere close to being a dom than a guy who builds house becoming a mechanic. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, how young was you when you got into BDSM?
You said what?
How young was you when you got into BDSM?
Oh, I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I
So,
used to hang out at dungeons and I used to,
ooh.
do a lot of BDSM classes and
Mm-hmm.
events and parties and all that stuff for a while.
Oh my God. So you the perfect woman. I can get spanked and spank you. That's beautiful. So now let's get to the unsexy shit. The unfun shit, shall we? You are a business
Hmm.
owner. You are a business owner. You walk this as a business owner.
Exactly.
What people don't like to talk about is first, which we'll get to OnlyFans in a second, the ups and downs of the business. No one wants to talk about 1 month is great. Next month is not. So to
Right.
you, for what you learned when you first got the business up to now, what did you learn about the ups and downs of the business? And the second part of the question is when months are slow, what do you do to pick it up?
So I mean, ups and downs, you kind of start to learn about, how much hard work it is, because a lot of people think, oh, you just have sex on camera and post it and that's it. But it's like, no, that's not it at all. You have to like, have the sex on camera. Now you have to edit the sex on camera. You have to learn how to edit. You have to
Mm-hmm.
upload and learn all your different websites and how to manage all these different platforms. Now you have to
Mm-hmm.
promote your content and find where to promote that content. Where do you find a fan base? where do you find your reach and find the people who are going to pay for your content, how are you
Mm-hmm.
going to promote it? So you kind of have to learn marketing. You have to learn
Mm-hmm.
social media management. It's a lot of not glamorous stuff. It's a lot of hours spent,
Mm-hmm.
looking ratchet in your PJs on the computer.
Yeah, because people don't realize you got to look at the numbers when you go into your account just as much as you got to look at the money amount.
Exactly. So
'Cause
I'm constantly tracking, like, how many new people are signing up to my sites, how many people are renewing versus
mm-hmm.
who aren't, how many people are tipping, what kinds of
Mm-hmm.
content is getting more attention than other types
Mm-hmm.
of content, what stuff people are requesting the most. So you kind of just have to keep track of all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, other cons is, you have to work with other people, and it's, there's a lot of different people with a lot of different personality types, and a lot of people, it's a very sensitive job that we do. So,
Yeah.
it can be room for drama, it could be room for misunderstandings. There's a lot of room
Yes,
for
Lord.
error.
Yes, Lord. Because what people don't
Yeah.
realize is that one of the things that we have to learn first is separate personal from business. Because the most
Mhm.
personal thing you can do with someone is have sex. So speak
Exactly.
to being and having the ability. And another caveat, not having that ability, how it will hurt your business. Go ahead.
Not having which ability?
No, wait, let me let me bring it back. All right. Speak to separating personal from business
Mhm.
and how it hurts your business if you don't.
Oh, well, you have to look at it as a business. So for me, it's, my business comes first, the money I'm making comes first. So, some people want to get in their feelings, or they want to, just, get over sexually stimulated, and it turns into, like, let's have sex off camera. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, why? Or,
We already fucked. What I need to fuck you off camera for? We already fucked. What?
right, it's like certain things like that, or people get into it, trying to look for a boyfriend, girlfriend, like right off the bat. And I'm like, well,
Mm-mm.
why? Like, this is a business first. I'm trying to make a bag. I'm not concerned about, you wanting to tell everyone that you're dating me. Like, that's not,
Mhm.
you wanting to post couple pictures on Twitter has nothing to do with me trying to make my money and pay my rent.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people get too in their feelings, they get too personal about stuff, they confuse sex with intimacy. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I don't really have time for any of that. I know how to separate sex from intimacy. I know how to keep my sex, you know, my two separate levels. I know when to work versus when I'm having my personal time sex off
Mm-hmm.
camera versus when I can
Mm-hmm.
combine the two and have my fun personal sex and record it. So I kind of find a
Yeah.
nice mix between the three. But business is always first when it comes to like meeting new people, networking with new creators, like trying to make content. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling everyone, I'm like, I'm not really trying to be your friend. I'm trying to make a product that I can sell. Can you
Yeah.
help me make a product that we can both make money off of, or are you trying
Amen.
to
See,
play games?
this is why I do this podcast, so you fuckers can hear the real and the truth. The shit that
Yeah.
they I give you ladies the platform to say what you really want to fucking say. And that we don't sugarcoat shit on the smokers lounge, okay? Now, with that being said, let's go to the elephant in the room, right? Now, I'm not gonna go into OnlyFans, then talk about booting sex workers off. But what I want you to speak, which I know that you apparently learned early and probably got mentored on, the purpose and the importance of having your stuff on multiple platforms, and you have a standalone site. Speak to it.
Oh yeah. So it's super, super crucial not to put all your eggs in one basket because nothing is permanent, nothing is solidified. A site can go down any day without warning. And if
Yes.
that's the only site you're on, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So I personally believe in having as many workable platforms as possible, creating as many different sources of passive income as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And just making sure that your content's available to as many networks as possible. So, you don't want to just be on OnlyFans. You want to get a mini
Mm-hmm.
vids up. You want to be
Mm-hmm.
posting stuff to Pornhub and X videos and the tube sites to bring them to your website. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you want to have your own website, whether it be, a subscription site or whatever. But ever since Pornhub stopped monetizing videos, now I just use Pornhub to, post my trailers, and in my trailers, I put the link to my official website and my clip store.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm a performer who makes like hardcore content, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly at risk. A lot of the stuff I make doesn't necessarily go against terms of service of a lot of sites, so I have to make
Mm-hmm.
sure I'm using as many different sites as possible. I'm being careful what I
Yes.
post, but uh yeah, if you want to just have an OnlyFans and just have that income, that's cool. Or, imagine having 5 different websites where you're getting, you know, 2 payouts a month per each website. That's 10 more payouts a month.
Mm-hmm. See, I say this. Do you want the first of the month? If you want it to be great, have more
Exactly.
than one site. Because I know, like you and like me, first of the month, I'm dancing out this bitch because I got 5 checks that I got to cash. Not one check,
Exactly.
5 checks. Because I laugh at girls not knocking them when they have 2 OnlyFans. And I'm
Hmm.
like, why do you have 2 OnlyFans? Why not go get an X videos? Why not get this? Do you think that a lot of the mainstream pub gave OnlyFans too much steam and too much cachet when it comes to the porn business?
Like, do I think the mainstream people gave OnlyFans attention?
Well, but not attention as in, don't get it twisted. Sex workers made the platform. But what I
Right.
mean is, mainstream gave it more attention than you would probably get from a MediVids or Cook for Sale mainstream.
Yeah, exactly. You got people like Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion mentioning OnlyFans in their song.
Yeah.
If you have Beyonce mentioning mini vids, I'm sure mini vids would blow up this week. You
Yeah.
know?
Because I always said part of the reason why a lot of girls jumped to MediVids, not MediVids, OnlyFans, was because they saw girls post how much money they was making. And they
Exactly.
and you know how women think, they'll see you. She ain't doing nothing special. I look better than her. I can do the same thing she do and make more money. Not realizing all the things that Avery Jane has to go through in order to do the scene to make the money, to get the scene to make the money with, and then to put the scene
Exactly.
out.
Exactly. People don't realize the overhead that goes into actually making these videos. That's when I get people who are like, "Oh my God, like, a $25 video, that's so expensive." And I'm like, it's $25 for an hour-long video. So that was me, doing the work for over an hour because it's been
Yeah,
edited down. I had to edit
yeah.
that video. What other bitch is taking dick in the ass for over an hour long?
Mm,
I'm like, I had to do
yeah.
my makeup that day. I probably had to travel to shoot that. Effort,
Outfit.
time, and money goes into it. The outfits, all of it. So it's like, and all of that gives you this final product for $25.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, and she didn't forget to mention we got to pay for the laptop, we got to pay for the camera, we got to pay for the editing
exactly,
tool, and them editing tools ain't cheap.
exactly.
Yeah.
So people don't realize just how much goes into making these videos. It's not just everyone, recording a little bit of POV on their phones. People are actually getting creative and innovative and like
Yeah.
producing.
Yeah.
So,
But see,
yeah.
to me, I think that the major outlets, some of these podcasts, they highlight not you ladies, but just the only fan girls, the girls that don't do it at a high level or even be creative, you know. And I
Exactly.
and and I hate that because you're not giving a real picture of what this business is. Why do you think they do that?
Honestly, because, it's people still don't want to really support sex workers the way that we need to. So,
Mm-hmm.
why not talk about this, hip new money making website called OnlyFans, but let's focus on, the slightly more respectable girls who, maybe were Instagram influencers who show, you know, just enough under boob in that cute top, but they're not busting it open, you know, in video. So they're
Yeah.
a little bit more respectable, but you know, they're still selling the same idea. They're just not as hardcore with it, but they're selling, you know, the fantasy of look at my body, look at my presentation, look at my sex appeal, you know, like it's the same thing. And I think they get highlighted a lot too because you have a lot of these girls who, you know, have been on Instagram for years, who are on Tumblr for years, who've built these huge fan bases on other social media platforms. And for years, they just have all of these thousands of fans who've been waiting to see them naked. So now when they make an OnlyFans and it's like, oh, you might get to see a little bit more of them, you know, they already have that Instagram with 100,000 followers. So now that's 100,000 people hopping to their OnlyFans and now they're in the top 1%, you know, without having to do any type of, you know, hardcore type porn content, any real pornographic content, really. But, you know, and then people want to give them all of the light and the attention and you know, they'll be fine when OnlyFans, you know, if
Yeah.
OnlyFans starts implementing stricter rules, those people will be fine and they're going to be the ones who like, will uphold the
Benefit.
platform. It's gonna be, yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be another Instagram.
Yeah. Because also when I look at you, when I look at your trailers, because see, me myself, me being a producer, male former producer, male talent, I pay attention to the little shit. Your trailers are exciting. Okay, let's make this clear. I ain't talking about the ones that you did with the companies, your own trailers. How much thought and editing do you put into your trailers? Because your trailers move that of a music video would move. You feel where I'm
Yeah,
coming from? You know,
yeah.
period. Speak to that.
So that's kind of how I like to do my trailers. That's how they've always been produced whenever I had, you know, people working for me. And so now I've carried that into my own and like I produce my own trailers now. And I very much so like it to look like a music video because for me, I like putting the music in there because to me, if there's music, if there's a
Yeah.
sound, it's less likely that someone's going to be able to jack off to the trailer and bust their nut.
Yeah.
You know? So if I post a 2-minute trailer of straight fucking and you can hear the moans, you can hear all this and that, I don't want that. I'm going to put some music in there so you can't quite jack off to it because you can't get there, you know, audibly, but it's still visually appealing. You know, I put in the hot moments. I like to mesh it up with music. You know, I have a whole formula for it.
Yeah. Because even with me, like I said, I was in music before I came into porn.
Nice.
And I got music out now, you know what I'm saying? So if you ever want to use one of my songs, please, by all means, do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can see you do a part of the video where you ride the dick anally and it's saying bounce on the D. You want to bounce on the D. but like I said, but to me, I think that is what missing also in porn now is that professional is becoming more of an anomaly than the norm like it used to be. You know, period. It feels like the amateurs dictate the porn industry more so than the porn industry dictate the porn industry. Do you think that's a good thing ultimately, or do you think that's a bad thing or a combination?
I guess it depends on who you're asking. You know, it's a good thing for some people. It's other people see it as a bad thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. The way I see it is sites like OnlyFans kind of opened up the floodgates for your average person to make themselves their own porn star. Anyone can be a porn star now. It's not solely dependent on, you know, agencies signing you and
Yeah.
mainstream studios want to shooting you. And, you know, if the studios don't shoot you, you're just shit out of luck. You can't be a porn star. It's not like that anymore. You know, if you don't have a traditional look, because like when I first started, I didn't have a traditional look at all. You know, I was thicker, I had a belly, my boobs, you know, where I had large natural breasts that hung low. Like I didn't look like your typical porn star, but I was able to
Where these
produce
pictures
my
at?
own content.
Where these pictures at?
stuff from like last year before my boob job. But
Oh, so you
you know,
had.
I was able to make myself my own porn star, and I basically wrote myself into existence
Mm-hmm.
as a porn star. I created Avery Jane and did it
Mm-hmm.
without, having to shoot for mainstream studios at first.
Mm-hmm.
I saved it
Mm-hmm.
till later. But
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of the mainstream studios are kind of freaking out now because it's all in content now. Content is king.
Yeah.
We learned with COVID, especially when COVID hit and everything shut down, all of the mainstream studios had nothing. They didn't have a backlog of content. They had nothing to go off of. But then you had
Mm-hmm.
all these creators who were quarantining with each other who were like, oh, well, we can still make content and sell it. And, people were making money. And the studios were kind of left out of that. And now that everything's back, there's a lot of performers who are realizing, oh, I make way more money doing my OnlyFans than I do working for studios. So I feel like the mainstream studios are feeling like they're losing power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was saying this, it is not to talk junk about the industry, but I use Brazier as an example. Brazier never did transsexual porn, let alone shot BBWs. They have
Right.
done both of these scenes. And I said the reason why is called throwing shit against the wall and see if it's stick theory.
Yep.
And that happens in porn, so people can understand this. These companies do not change what they shoot unless the money is low and they're trying to generate traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So, with that being said, the power is becoming more towards the content creator. My only thing is, I would like to see more platforms give the content creator more power, period. To
Right.
where, like, for example, even when I was talking about work, people ain't even think about this. We giving all these paperwork to these sites. We talking about social security, ID, addresses. Who the fuck said they ain't selling that shit to the damn advertisers?
Right.
Period. But because it's porn, ain't nobody gonna look at it. So they can go underneath the radar easy. Period. See, I told you I talk about stuff that no one ever thinks about. That's why I call it
Right.
smoke is over. Period. And so with that being said, what are you looking to do to expand your brand outside of porn?
For now, it's mostly all expanding within porn just because
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting started. So I'm not really like looking to
Mm-hmm.
expand outside of it yet.
Yeah.
Um, but the most I could
It's
say, like,
coming. It's coming.
yeah,
But go ahead.
it's coming. But so far it's most of my expanding is just within porn because
Mm-hmm.
I'm brand new, so
Yeah.
I'm looking at getting merchandise going, hopefully getting a few
Yeah.
deals with toy companies and toy brands.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe getting I don't know, just a few deals here and there, book different
Mm-hmm.
gigs, do feature dancing and like travel around touring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get
Oh,
stuff,
so you still dance? You still dance?
occasionally. I don't work
Occasionally.
at a club anymore, but I do
Mm-hmm.
pick up feature dancing gigs or, starting to now that clubs are
Yeah.
starting to open up again.
Because I think your look makes you stand out even more. That's why I said
Mhm.
it Skin Diamond. Yeah, I can compare y'all to because y'all looks make y'all stand out from everybody.
Mhm.
Even to the first time when see people. Yes, I before I talked to PR, I hit her up about the interview. I saw your picture, I stopped because it was just like who period.
Oh
And
damn.
yes, because it was kind of like, and then I was like, I was looking, I was like, but damn, how the hell I miss her? She must have been the bit. I'm thinking you been in the business for at least about 4 years.
Oh no.
Period. The way that you move and the way that you shoot, and when I found out you only been in the business about 2 years, I was like, well, damn, you like a short woman that casts a big shadow, baby. You do you
Thank
get
you.
people think that you've been in the business longer than you have by the way you
All the
work?
time. Yeah, all the time. People think I've been in much longer. People get surprised when they find out like that I haven't been in as long, and they get surprised when they find out my age. Because a lot of people think I
Mm-hmm.
look young, you know, and then they hear that I just started, so they're like, "Oh, you're like 21, right?" And I'm like, "No, honey, I'm 27." Like, I'm a grown-ass woman. You
Mm.
know, and that's when I feel like I'm excelling, you know, at a decent pace because I'm like, I'm smart, I'm business minded, you know, I do what I do. And I love what I do too, you know, like before
Mm-hmm.
porn, I'd love to fuck all the time and just have fun and enjoy like a fun, healthy, you know, exciting sex life. So now I just get to do that for work, and I feel like that translates in my work is, you know, I'm doing something I love, something that I enjoy and have a lot of fun with.
Oh yes, and we can see it when we look at the videos because it exudes it. So with that being said, Mama, tell everybody where they can find you, baby.
So you guys, you can find me as far as social medias. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is Avery Jane XO. My Instagram's Avery Jane X. And then you can
Mm-hmm.
find me on onlyfans.com, Avery Jane.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my official website, allaveaveryjane.com, where you can get access to all of my, you know, current uploaded videos. And then you can go to my mini vids or averyjane.xx.com. And from there, you can download all of my videos. So I kind of have options for everyone, whatever you like, whatever way you like to get your content. I got the options for you. You know, so thank you
Oh,
guys.
most definitely. Now, because this is new, because I'm actually dealing with a PR agency with her when it came to her. Normally, I offer opportunity to ladies to come back and be a smoke buddy so we could chop it up and talk about some topics on later episodes. If you're interested in that, I would love to bring you back, Miss Jane,
Hell yeah.
because you gave me one hell of an interview, and I'm sorry, the voice matches the description. She's gorgeous. So if you
Thank
definitely don't mind
you.
coming back, I would love to bring you back as a smoke buddy. You know what I'm
That'll be
saying?
dope. That'll be
No
dope.
doubt. No
And I'm
doubt.
with the
So with that, what'd you say, babe? I'm sorry.
oh, I'm gonna have to tell my I'm gonna have to tell Erica, my PR person,
Yeah,
you know, thank you. Thank you for the interview.
most doubt, most doubt. So with that being said, people, life is a learning experience. What's the point of experiencing and learning anything? Smoke that over. Thank you for coming to the lounge, baby.